celebrities, bro, you really gotta catch these niggas. Like, I ain't gonna lie, if a fan don't post it, you not gonna see these niggas at all. I keep it a buck.
Compensated for my art. I didn't take advantage. I didn't get here by taking advantage of people. I ain't taking no one.
Too much, yo. It's been like 2 days since I posted, bro. I ain't gonna lie, I just been fake out of it, but we're gonna try to get back on our shit, bro. I'm gonna try to get back. I'm trying to get back on it. I'm trying to get back on my reaction shit. Jay-Z friends are turning against him. Really? Is this true? Is this true though? Is this really true though? I ain't gonna lie, bro. Y'all know Jay-Z. This nigga been in heat for the past 7 years, bro. I ain't gonna lie. They not letting up off of it. How do I tell you? These niggas.
At this point, it's crystal clear that Jay-Z's PR return and that PR interview that was scripted was a complete failure. It had the opposite effect on the public. It didn't make the public see Jay-Z as more human. It actually made us think that Jay-Z is actually worse than we thought, to be honest. Now, I knew that it was over for Jay-Z.
I ain't gonna lie, yo, bro. It be a lot of shit on Jay-Z, bro. It's like, yo, I know niggas be on TikTok. Y'all be seeing like conspiracy theories and shit, but some of these bitches, I ain't gonna lie, some of these shits is adding up. I keep it a buck. Like the conspiracy theories where everybody be like, yeah, bro, he reaching, and then I look up him more info, I be like, hold on, bro, I don't know if this nigga reaching, cuz. I don't know if this nigga reaching.
And I knew that like Jay-Z's, I don't know, reign at the top was crumbling and falling when I began to see the very same people that are usually terrified to criticize Jay-Z. When I seen they start speaking up against Jay-Z, when I see they start attacking Jay-Z and going at Jay-Z, that tells me, aha, the reward of criticizing Jay-Z is now greater than whatever risk that comes with not being a friend of Jay-Z. And once the
I ain't gonna lie, one thing I'll tell you this though, they know not to turn on Beyonce. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that. You heard? I ain't gonna lie, they might turn on Jay-Z, but Beyonce, I don't know.
Or I'll waste the risk. You're about to see a whole bunch of grifters hop on board the anti-Jay-Z train that we've been on. See, Jay-Z spoke on capitalism or spoke on like being criticized for being a capitalist. I haven't really heard people criticize Jay-Z for being a capitalist. I heard people criticize Jay-Z for effing people over in business deals and being grimy.
Yeah, I got you. I'm gonna react to this video first, and I got you, bro. I'm definitely gonna react to your music, bro. If you stay here long enough, I got you.
I me. But Jay-Z spoke on capitalism. And from what he said in regards to capitalism, you had a lot of usual Jay-Z defenders turn on him and they turn against him.
Yeah, so I wanted you to talk a little bit about this idea of like you said earlier, like the things that you do for the culture.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie, yo, this nigga Jay-Z looks crazy, dog. I keep it a buck. You heard? Yo, this nigga Jay-Z look crazy, dog.
You try to protect.
Bro, his face starting to drag. Yo, it's starting to get bad out here, you heard?
And move forward. But kind of the pushback that you get sometimes about like people throw capitalists at you in a derogatory sense.
Yeah, I think in that verse specifically, the only thing
he said that boy, yo, this nigga don't even sound like Jay-Z. I'm bugging. Yo, hold on. Yo, hold on. This nigga don't even sound like Jay-Z, man. That boy always look malnourished. Yo, is it me or I haven't seen like a picture of this nigga in like 3 to 5 years at least? Like I haven't seen this nigga like live, like on camera for like a long ass time. And maybe it's because I'm just not on the internet like that. I don't know. But
her coming up was the American dream until we started being successful. And it was like, wait a minute, you're selling out because you're making money. That was the first thing that was put on musicians. People had this law for the struggling artists. That's a mind game. What we would call back in the day for tricknology. It was like, no, I'm not going for that. Like, no, I make art first. And then I make sure that I'm...
Yo, bro, I ain't gonna lie. These niggas do not be outside, gang. Like, it's rare. Like, yo, think about it this way. Yo, when's the last time you seen a video of Megan Thee Stallion, gang? Dead ass, though. When's the last time you seen a video of like, yo, I feel like a lot of these celebrities, bro, you really gotta catch these niggas. Like, I ain't gonna lie, if a fan don't post it, you not gonna see these niggas at all. I keep it a buck.
Compensated for my art. I didn't take advantage. I didn't get here by taking advantage of people. I ain't taking no one. No one. That's not my reputation. That's not what I do. I didn't get here by taking advantage of people or taking advantage of, you know.
Yo, bro, I ain't gonna lie. But the thing is that this shit got 52,000 views. No way I say this all the time. No way niggas is not gonna click and do it, gang. It's just no way, gang. You heard? I know, but the thing is that niggas know and they got influence though. Which one are you gotta pick your battle, gang. No way you coming out of a nigga that don't, come on, gang. I don't even got no emotion. The fuck?
The loopholes in the system or some wrinkle in like a capitalist structure.
Jay-Z interview with 53K. This video got like 52,000 views. If you saying that shit got 53K, then yo, this shit literally got like 1,000 more views than the actual interview.
You know, and I just see the world for what it is, not for what I want it to be. I'm a realist, not an ideal. It's not idealistic.
To what Hov said too, he didn't get there by taking advantage of somebody or by finding some loophole and exploiting that.
Y'all, I'm not gonna lie, bro, and this is just the way of the game, bro. This is just the way of the game. When it comes to like business and shit like that, bro, everybody has to do some fucked up shit at least one time. At least once. That bit supposed to be at a few milli. I'm saying though, this Jay-Z we talking about, right? Like,
disagree. So that's what I'm saying. And if you look back at his story, he pioneered a lot of that stuff, a lot of the decisions and different things that he was doing.
They started Rockefeller with drug money, right?
Allegedly.
That's not taking advantage of people?
What, being
selling crack to drug addicts in your own community isn't taking advantage of getting.
It was the 80s. Hold up. What you?
Yo, I ain't gonna lie though. A lot of these niggas be like criticizing shit that they used to do. I ain't gonna lie. A lot of people back in those times, like, that's how they started their business. A lot of these niggas started their business off of drug money and then made it clean to where it was just like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, I don't gotta do that shit no more. And if I do that shit, it's like doing a different program or some shit. You feel what I'm saying?
What you could deem as taking advantage of somebody else may look at as survival. So
you survive by taking advantage of people. They're not.
How are you
exclusive.
By supply and demand?
Yes, if you supply, if you.
But that's not.
Yes,
yes,
literally. Yes.
I think that's a
that's
way
not
big,
what made you.
But y'all made like
that's not what made a billionaire though. That's what I'm saying though. That's
no, but so y'all made like 10 arguments. Let me respond to a couple of them.
Listen to this. I'm gonna break it and simplify it. Mm-hmm. If I start a T-shirt line, right, and I sell $10 T-shirts, and I sell 100 million T-shirts, I'm a billionaire.
If you give me this scenario on a blank canvas, I'll probably lean more towards Ish than Mark Lamont Hill. But I understand what Mark Lamont Hill is saying, and because we're dealing with Jay-Z, you kind of have
Charlamagne saying that
to add
real
more context to this. Mark Lamont Hill is saying you can't do a podcast talking about, oh, I didn't do this, and this, when the very nature of what you do is that.
I don't have an issue with artists making money off their art. I don't have an issue with people making money or profit. Capitalism isn't the only system where people make money. That's why sometimes when people go, you
now, I ain't gonna lie, that is a fact though. I keep it a buck. Yo, what's the word, Amari? Yo, I keep it a buck though. Like a lot of these niggas, and it's a scheme that still works today, where it's like think about this, the royalties, publishing, and all this other shit that's going on, and these contracts and shit like that, splits and shit like that. That's basically you taking advantage of somebody. If I found a producer, right, or if I produced the beat, right, and I made the song and not everything, I feel like personally you should own 100% of your work. But the thing is that these labels have a way of promoting people. So it's like, okay, now I gotta give you a percent of my art for me to listen. Do you feel that? So think about it this way. The niggas been exploiting niggas since the beginning of time, I feel like. This shit is nothing new. Niggas been exploiting niggas at the beginning of time. Now it's more of like, okay, now are you gonna take advantage of this person? Are you gonna give him a fair split? Or are you gonna just fuck this person over? Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like
the money, and you say you don't like capitalism. Well, yeah, there's other social systems where people make money. Like,
give me some
socialism. There's still you can still have a profit in socialism, right? So it's not that there's no system where you can't make money. The question is to what extent. And I agree with you. If defining the issue isn't the definition of capitalism, it's the consequences of it. And so I would ask, somewhat rhetorically, but whatever, right? Like, is there ever been a capitalist system in the world where there hasn't been a huge gap between people who have and people who don't?
I have a question.
Hold on, just let me finish, because y'all said like a lot of things I just don't want to forget. I'm old. I'm just old. That's all. And then I'll stop here. To the billionaire point, the issue, I'm sure Jay-Z works hard. Jay-Z may work harder than everybody up here. Cool. Let's just. the issue for me isn't that. But that kid, to use your example, in Indonesia, or that kid in Latin America or wherever is also working hard. And it's not just like an arbitrary U.S. standard.
And the thing that makes it sad is that a lot of these niggas have good art, but the thing is that, yo, bro, they fucked them over so bad, gang. Like, think about it this way. The same way you was coming up, somebody else is coming up way worse. And the funny thing is just that you're in a position now where it's just like you could take care of your kids. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you on young boy status. You got 18 kids, so you got to make as much money as you can. Nigga, you're a billionaire still fucking niggas over, gang. 100 millionaire fucking niggas over. $50 million still fucking niggas over. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, that's fake crazy, gang. Like,
if you're working for $1 an hour.
And there's no reason for it because at the end of the day, you're still gonna make money. Like I feel like niggas that fuck people over just do it for the love of the game at this point. Like, yo, this shit is fun. Like, it's like bullying the quiet kid in the class, bro. No funny shit. Like, what's the reason?
Or if you have to work in a factory at 8 years old instead of going to school, I think most human beings would agree that that's an untenable set of circumstances. The issue with extreme amounts of wealth is that wealth depends on that kind of system. You sell 100 million t-shirts. It's hard to sell 100 million t-shirts without someone's labor being exploited. It's hard to get $1 billion, maybe not by putting guns to people's heads, but by investing in systems and companies that do those things, whether it's private security companies, whether it's places people that exploit labor. And that's my issue. I'm not saying, because Jay-Z kind of made a straw man argument in that interview where he's like, well, so $1 millionaire is bad, but 999.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Anybody that makes a record label had to exploit somebody at a certain point. Because you can invest 50K into this nigga. Yeah, you sign somebody for 50K that's probably worth way more than that. But now, right, he giving you a percentage off for all the songs that he makes. So you're constantly making money for the next big artist. Nigga, you don't even give a fuck about this nigga. Yo, this nigga's just making me money right now. He don't even fucking know it. Like, and the funny thing is that some niggas nowadays, it's like niggas know it and they still don't give a fuck. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Niggas know they're getting fucked over like, yo, bro, I'm only getting 20%. I'm only getting 10% of my song or whatever to my song. But fuck it, we still gonna sign this contract because it's 100K on the spot.
It's not that. It's not about the individual people. It's about the system. That's my. The system itself doesn't allow for
theoretically. This is where hell may freeze over because I can acknowledge that Jay-Z.
You see a bag of money in front of you. Hard to see how you get fucked in the future, but the thing is that that's why, like, I ain't gonna lie, self-worth is a thing. And some people they just, I ain't gonna lie, they honestly just want to get out the situation they in, so they'll take the little 50,000, but they know they worth more. But a lot of niggas be taking the 50,000 and they just know, like, yo, I just made this song that I didn't even know was gonna go crazy, gang. You feel what I'm saying? So you're taking this 50,000 and you can make better art in the future, and now you're stuck in this deal. Because, you feel what I'm saying? Too many take that 50K. I'm saying, bro, like 50,000, 100,000, 150,000. Like, bro, they waiting for that shit, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you offer a nigga 150,000 and he don't got no other way to make money, and this is the most money that he's gonna take that. But a nigga that's like that's been in the ground before, that's gonna be like, yo, fuck it, I've been this far, I know I'm good at what I do. Then they're not gonna take that 150,000, bro. They're gonna sit there and.
When Jay-Z said he didn't F over or exploit
on
people
DistroKid or some shit
to
like
get
that,
to where
like,
he's at, that's an absolute lie. We can point to instances of him exploiting people. But I can also agree that capitalism is a flawed system, but it's the most perfect flawed system we have. Until you present me, Mark Lamont Hill, a system that perfectly manages human nature and logistics, then I don't really want to hear a critique of capitalism if there's no better alternative. Now,
that is a fact, because I keep it a buck. As bad as it is to say, like, most of the businesses that we have right now would not be built if we didn't have the systems that we had. You feel what I'm saying? And as sad as it is to say, it's just like, it's what it is. It's basically like life, bro. That's the name of the game. Like, I ain't gonna lie. At some point in time, you have to fuck somebody over. For you to have like $1 billion, $1 million, $1.5 million business, yo, you have to at some point fuck somebody over. But it's like, are you gonna do it in a way that like fully fucks people over, or are you just gonna sit in this moment and be like, yo, I'm gonna take this L. All right, bro, I know what I'm doing. It's probably not the most ideal situation, but it's gonna all make sense in the end. Most niggas just do it just to say, yo, fuck it. I want this nigga to have a bad life.
I say communism, right? Because again, that's like their perfect system they like to point to. They claim they're socialist, but they only say socialism because it's more acceptable than say you're a communist. But communism don't really take human nature into perspective. All right, like how do you get people to choose to go to school for 12 years to become a doctor, and they're getting paid the same as somebody who wakes up every day and, I don't know, like clean the roads or take the trash out, right? How do you incentivize that? It can't be, right, a higher standard of living. You can't say, hey, if you become a doctor, even though y'all all got the same wages, we will give you a bigger house. Well, that's no longer communism. That's no longer communism now.
And it's no longer like realistic, bro. Like the amount of time I be seeing people that become doctors and nurses, and the amount of time that they go into school, it's like, yo, you really gotta love what you do. Like you really gotta love nursing and becoming a doctor to actually sit there for school for 5 years, 6 years, 7 years. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, that's fake. Shout out to the doctors and nurses, because it's just like, yo, bro, I barely made it through. Nah. I ain't gonna lie. I barely made it through fucking high school, gang. I could not do it, bro. I hate school, gang. I really do hate school, bro. I really hate school, gang.
Because we all have the same quality of life. That's communism, right? So if you go to school for 12 years to be a doctor, hey, bruh, you got to live in the same crib as.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yo, is it really worth it? Like, yo, that ass. If you really don't have a love for that, like, if you're trying to do it for bread, is it really worth the 12 years for, bro? You're going to be fucking 30 something, 29, almost. Oh my God.
The trash, man.
What are we talking about? Yo, we're basically,
you gotta eat the same food as the trash man, bro. You get the same quality of money as the trash man, bro. And God forbid you start saving money a little too well. You start hoarding money a little too well. Hey, bro, we gotta come and take away some of that money, bro, because you getting too rich. All right? So, yeah, like that's a nightmare. That's a nightmare. And also, too, again, in terms of communism, we have to rely on a perfect leader. All right. How do you put somebody in a position of power and don't expect them, to use their power? So you have to have.
It's not even that. How do you expect them not to even fuck up, King? Like, you gotta understand, like, even the president, I have like 5% grace for whatever situation, because it's just like, yo, bro, you are basically the forefront of you're basically like the forefront of the country, gang. Like, I ain't gonna lie. When something happens with the country, you're the name that is probably gonna first be called. Like, I don't know how niggas expect niggas not to fuck up.
Leader who don't misuse their power.
But like that, all that extra shit that niggas be doing for us. I ain't gonna lie.
And then you also have to have a perfect society of people who are absolute go-getters, of people who will wake up every day and try their hardest, and that's not really the society we live in. So in this situation, man, where Mark Lamont Hill is taking this Jay-Z conversation, now trying to flip it to go at, like capitalism, I'm not buying it, bro. And people like Mark Lamont Hill, they will say these things.
Basically, I ain't gonna lie. What basically bro saying is that, bro, it's just no other way niggas could have got this shit done. I ain't gonna lie. Every record label, from Suge Knight to Diddy to Jay-Z, all these niggas, it doesn't matter. If you own a record label, bro, it seems like something crazy always happened within that record label. Whether it's financial, whether it's some fucking controversy that's crazy as shit. Like,
and they would give like ideas, but no real solution, because you can't tell me a better alternative than capitalism. Another person who, for some reason, a lot of people have linked to Roc Nation and Jay-Z. I feel like just by the very virtue of the work he does, people think he's cool, or based on his ideas and ideology and his politics, people just assume he's cool with like Roc Nation. But Van Lathan has never been to a Roc Nation brunch. I've seen him critique Jay-Z in the past, but people do consider like Van Lathan like Roc Nation adjacent for some reason. But Van Lathan had a really interesting perspective on the Jay-Z capitalism comment.
I think the break for me, and just the grand break, is that Jay-Z is saying we in that, but there is no we. What should be being said is I got money. I made it. I did this. Because the pushback on...
I ain't gonna lie. I wonder if it's because he's saying like, oh yeah, he left the nigga and he like did like, oh yeah. You know how like, oh yeah, niggas be saying like people be leaving niggas in the hood? Is it like that type of situation, or is it like, I don't know.
Capitalism right now isn't about who made money fairly or who made money ethically. It's about whether or not the system is inherently fair or ethical. And every time I hear somebody talk about this, that is missed. What people are saying is that they're looking around and they're seeing insane income inequality. They're seeing the eroding of living standards for average Americans. They're seeing even sometimes the life expectancy change, right? They're seeing...
Yo, that is actually crazy. Yo, I ain't even going. I'm all my tongue on that one.
Declining infrastructure. And they're not saying that Jay-Z isn't working. They're saying this isn't working. They're saying this thing that everyone was told to buy into, and that this would be the saving grace, not of the billionaire class, of the people who are doing fantastic, not of Trump and Hove and Robert Kraft and Michael Rubin. Yeah, it's working for them. What people are saying is it's not working.
Michael Rubin, doesn't he own like the 76ers or some shit like that? What the fuck?
Working for us.
Oh, I mean, yeah. Okay, I get it.
And when we have this conversation, it always gets personalized. It gets personalized.
How does that correlate at all?
By people who go, hey, now that we didn't make the money, now they're telling us that we're bad. We're saying the thing is bad. We're saying the thing is inefficient. We're saying the thing is grotesque. We're saying the thing creates winners and losers. It manufactures that. We're saying the thing that we were told was the
I also feel like in today's like age, bro, a lot of niggas don't really try like hard enough, and some people are just not even in a position to. A lot of niggas like get dealt bad hands before they even get to choose. You feel what I'm saying? Like some people have multiple kids, some people have like they gotta take care of their family. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people are not like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like, for instance, a lot of people, once they deal with real life, they're not really focused on winning no more. They're focused on being comfortable, just to say, okay, give myself a 2-second rest. Nobody is like nowadays, like fully wants to win. Like, oh yeah, I see myself like going crazy. It's just more of like, yo, I just want to be comfortable, gang. Like, I think that's what it is, bro.
The grace of our American existence is,
yo, so
it's an illusion. And we're trying to have that conversation even with the people who have been able to make the thing work for them. We're trying to say, you're rich. I might be rich. You might be rich. But we're trying to say everywhere else, there's a tremendous amount of immiseration. There's a tremendous amount of systemic failure. And that systemic failure isn't getting better the more money he makes. That systemic failure isn't getting better the more money the people at the top make. That's not what's happening. And the reason why I connected to what he was saying is because, man, this religion of capitalism, where I come from, yo, it's all niggas have. Like, it's legitimately.
The idea of
that is a fact, bro. That is a fact, bro. And I ain't gonna lie, I don't want to drag this video out too long, but that is a fact. Because a lot of niggas, regardless of whether it's being in the streets, whether it's oh yeah, trying to get something off the ground, it's just like you have to do something to get in a better position. And sometimes it's not even like nothing crazy. It could be like financial. Sometimes you're gonna have to take advantage for that moment just for something to pop up for you, gang. Like, as bad as that may sound, bro, but like, think about it. The businesses that we see now would not be businesses if they didn't take advantage of some people at some point. You feel what I'm saying?